Hello and welcome back, disc golf fans. We're here to present to you the Snowballs Championship. This is the second stop of the Disc Golf Pro Wannabe Tour. We have Barely Flying commentary here. This is Birdie McMahon, this time joined by
Barely Shortz. And here we're at Nature Park today. It's a beautiful day for disc golf. This is hole number 1. It's 301 feet. It's a par 3, straight out there. Start off with an easy one. I'm going to take my Champion Beast, try to flip it, didn't get enough on it, and it's going to end up right behind the pavilion.
So I am throwing my Eagle McMahon signed DD3, throw it way too high, ends up way too far right, but I'll have a long look at a birdie.
I have a good layup here with my Myth putter. Good hyzer and drops right underneath the basket.
So right here I'm trying to give it a long bid, didn't give it the run I was looking for, and I'll just have it tap in. Slamming those 80 yards into the bucket.
So we go ahead and finish off the first hole, both even.
Hole 2, this one is 360 feet. You can choose to go backhand under the tree on the right, or Annie on the left, or sidearm.
I'm going to go ahead and do Anheuser with my Innova T-Bird. Didn't end up too great.
Here I'm throwing a Champion Firebird. Thought I had it on a perfect line, but it ended up pretty short, not the best. And I have about 40 feet here for my birdie. Once again, didn't give it the effort I was looking for.
I was really hoping for this one to drop. Barely was short. I was pretty mad about it. And I just had a quick little tip in there for par.
Same with me. So we are both even par and heading into hole 3.
Looks pretty good so far. Now hole 3 is a favorite. It's 340 feet, par 3. Good old Anheuser around the tree, wait for the snake to come back. That's exactly what I'm going to try to do here with my Champion Beast. Nice. Didn't quite get the flip I wanted once again. Ended up by the path.
I'm throwing a Centurion here. Wasn't nearly as flippy as I thought it was, and I end up way left, stuck behind the pavilion. I have like no luck, but I give it a good effort with a spike hyzer. Ends up pretty good, a little short, 20 feet from the basket.
I had a pretty good approach here. Kind of cut short. Not too great, but going for a good par.
So here I have like 15 feet, drain it. I was super happy with this putt, as you can tell. Look at that satisfaction on my face.
Complete bliss. And there's the beautiful sunset putt in.
So we are still both even par, no damage, no gain on this hole, and we'll head into hole 4. The first par 4 on the course. This is 500 feet. You want to play it out a little bit to the right and then give yourself a shot.
I'm going to go ahead and throw my Champion Beast once again, straight down the middle. Got a little too high on it, hit the branches on the right side, and dropped a little short.
I'm throwing my DD3 Eagle McMahon signed once again. Throw too much Annie, way too low. Not a good shot at all.
But definitely pose for the camera. That's definitely important.
Yeah, I gotta get the priorities straight. So once again, pretty much the same shot, honestly, and I threw it like the same. I threw it too much Annie and it sucked again. But I'll have a up and down for my par.
It's probably one of the best shots I had all day. It's a good hyzer, flipped it like I've always wanted to, and it came up a little short, but solid approach.
Looked picture perfect.
Dude, that was sick.
So here I'm throwing a tomb. Didn't give it the commitment I wanted once again, but I have about a 20-footer for my par again.
And living up to my name, Barely Shortz.
Oh my God.
Not really.
So here I have about 20 feet to save my par, keep even with Braden, and with Barely, I meant, my bad, and we're good.
And it looks like we are playing the same exact score today, folks. And we're going to go into hole 5. It is 240 feet. This is probably one of the easiest holes on the course. You can either take it my route, which I chuck my Champion Beast straight at the basket, trying to get it flip. Luckily, it hit the tree.
I'm throwing my Champion Cayman here. Big hyzer over the trees. Thought it was perfect. Crashed into the tree. Still have about a 20-foot. Look for my birdie. And here we are. I smash it right in the heart.
I was super satisfied with my uphill putt underneath the branches. This is solid birdies for both.
We both got the star frame. We're looking good. Still keeping pace with each other. And that leads us into hole 6. The last par 4 of the course. This one's 460 feet. This is one of the must-gets. And
as you can see, I tried to get it here. Chuck my T-bird over the little hill there. Ends up a decent distance.
So I'm throwing my Simon Lizotte Swirly S-Blend Signature Series PD2 called the Skyrider. Many of you know this famous disc. And I threw it just fine.
So this was not a good throw on my part. I tried to X-step through the snow.
I have a C-Blend Ruined here that I'm throwing on just a forehand spike for my birdie. Hung it a little wide, but I was pretty happy with it.
It does not smell super great on this hole. I try to do a little spike hyzer through these trees here. Luckily, Jet is a very forgiving opponent and gave me a couple chances here.
Told him the upside down trick with the disc. He finally figured it out and got it parked.
It was pretty good for my par.
So here's my definitely not a mulligan shot. I drain my putt for my birdie. Take a stroke on Braden.
I get that par and a little disappointed, but still in the game.
And I finally take the lead and I take the tee.
We're going to move on to hole 7 here. This is 300 feet straight down the middle. Got to clear these 2 trees, and hopefully you can make it far enough to the basket.
I'm throwing my Anubis here. Thought I had it perfect. Grip locked it a little bit too much and it didn't come out, but gave me a long look from a birdie.
Throwing my Champion T-Bird once again. I grip locked it just a little bit on the right side. Got a good skip to the left, and I have a good putt for my birdie. And here's my putt. Of course, barely shorts, and that will be my par.
So here's mine. I have a low ceiling. Didn't really have a chance, but I tried, and I just didn't succeed. And here's my tap in for par.
So I'm going to also get that par. We're going to stay the same score. Jet's up by 1 stroke.
And that leads us into the island hole. Hole 8, 200 feet. Straight ahead. Lots of trees, though, so the best route to get to the basket is just a wide hyzer, and I am doing that with my C-Blend Ruin again. Hung it in a little too tight, hit some trees, but I'll have a little look for my birdie.
I followed pretty much the same path there with my Champion Beast. Went up to the right and hit some trees on the way in. Didn't get so much distance, so I've got a long shot for my birdie as well. I'm going to try to punch it in. Didn't get quite there, so I'm going to have to tap for a good old par.
Here's my tester that takes 2 strokes on Braden. Just short.
And that's my
tapping. And there's my beautiful tapping. And we both take pars once again.
It comes down to the last hole here, folks. This is hole 9, 350 feet. This one's a pretty difficult hole, but if you can get the right flight path, you should be able to park it.
So I'm throwing my Skyrider once again. Hung it a little too high and wide, but it definitely was good enough to put the pressure on Braden to get the stroke on me.
As you can see, I only have 2 drivers to choose from. This time I used my T-Bird and end up way short there. And I get a good run for my money here. I think Jet was sweating a little bit.
He had to throw it in, and as you can see, that was close. So here's to put pressure, or not. Oh crap! I ate it, but I have a tap in for the win. We'll see if I can connect on it, and I still am eating crap.
What finesse! So I just tap in for my disappointment 3.
So this is for the win. Lots of pressure here. I take a deep breath, barely make it, but I seal myself a victory, and I take my 2nd major of the year. So we both ended par on the last hole. Take a second to take in how beautiful this view is with the snow and the sunset.
And there's our score. It's a pretty colorful score there. And
Yeah, pretty freaking boring.
I got 1 under. Not too disappointed, but definitely gonna have to come back and beat him next time.
Well, anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.